Hey everyone, I noticed that a lot of you are enjoying my content but haven't subscribed yet. Subscribing doesn't cost. In a small village, there was an old school where Mr. James taught. He was a wise, honest, and experienced teacher. Even though he was almost 70 years old, he still taught his students with great dedication. Among his students, there were two very talented boys, William and Matthew. William was extremely hardworking. He spent his entire day reading books and studying, believing that hard work was the only way to succeed. Matthew, on the other hand, believed that hard work alone was not enough. He thought that one must also be smart and use the right strategy. However, there was a big difference between them. William came from a middle-class family. His only focus was studying. Matthew was the son of a poor farmer. He worked all day in the fields with his father before studying at night. Matthew's father worked hard in the fields, but still struggled to feed his family. One evening, after working in the fields, Matthew sat under a dim kerosene lamp to study. He was tired and hungry, but he still opened his books. His father, in an angry voice, said, "Why are you wasting time with those books? We are poor. What will happen if you study?" Matthew tried to hold back his tears and softly replied, "Father, I want to study. I know we are poor, but if I don't study, we will always remain poor." His father sighed deeply and said, "You don't understand, Matthew. Education is for the rich. How will I pay for your studies?" With a trembling voice, Matthew said, "I am not studying for money, Father. I believe that if I work hard today, our lives will change tomorrow." His father remained silent. He just looked at his son's determined face. That night, Matthew did not sleep. He wiped his tears and continued studying because he had little time but big dreams. One day, Mr. James called William and Matthew and said, "This is my final test for you both. You must complete a difficult task." Both boys listened eagerly. The teacher said, "You must climb to the top of the mountain and bring me a special flower. The one who brings it first will be the winner." Both William and Matthew agreed. The next morning, William started running as fast as he could. He sweated in the heat, became exhausted, but never stopped. He kept climbing the steep mountain with great effort, but Matthew did not rush. He thought, "Is there an easier way to reach the top?" He saw an old man nearby and asked, "Sir, is there an easier way to climb this mountain?" The old man smiled and said, "Yes, there is a narrow path behind the mountain. It is much easier." Matthew followed that path. He saved his energy and used his intelligence to reach the top quickly. Meanwhile, William continued climbing the hard way. He was tired and breathless, but he refused to stop. Finally, after struggling a lot, William reached the top. But he was shocked. Matthew was already coming down with the flower. William could not believe his eyes. "How is this possible? I worked so hard, yet Matthew reached first." Both boys returned to the teacher with their flowers. Mr. James smiled and said, "William, you worked very hard, but you didn't look for an easier way. You believed that the more you suffer, the more successful you will be. But success is not just about hard work, it is also about smart work." Then he turned to Matthew and said, "Matthew, you used intelligence, which is good, but always looking for shortcuts is not right. Smart work only succeeds when it is combined with hard work." William's eyes filled with tears. He said, "I understand now, teacher. Hard work alone is not enough. We must also use the right strategy." Matthew lowered his head and said, "I understand too. Always choosing the easiest way is not right. Success does not come without hard work." The teacher smiled, placed his hands on their heads, and said, "This lesson will guide you for life. To succeed, you must work hard and work smart. But remember, intelligence alone is not enough. Without hard work, success is never permanent. Many years later, William became a great scientist. He learned to balance hard work and smart work. Mathew became a successful entrepreneur. He used intelligence and effort to build his success. One day, both of them visited their teacher, Mr. James, who was now very old, but he had a satisfied smile on his face. Both men said together, "Teacher, your final test made us successful in life." Tears filled the teacher's eyes. He said, "I always knew you both would become great because the secret to success is simple, the perfect balance of hard work and intelligence." Looking at their teacher's smiling face, William and Mathew were filled with emotions. Hard work is important, but without smart work, success takes longer. Always looking for shortcuts is not right. Success without effort does not last. To succeed in life, we need both hard work and intelligence. I hope you like this story. Stay well, stay motivated, and always make wise decisions. Thank you. For more stories and motivational lessons, do subscribe, like, and share the Pacific of Stories.